Welcome to the Omni Introduction Part 2 video, Examples of Resource Types. In this video, we're going to look in much more detail at some of the most common types of resources you'll find in Omni. We'll look at journal articles, books in both print and e-versions, and finally videos. Let's first look at journal articles because they're so commonly used in assignments at university. I'll use the results from our Omni Introduction Part 1 video that I'd already filtered for journal articles from peer-reviewed journals. When you click on the title of any kind of resource in your results list, you're going to get to the detailed screen. At the top of the detail page, you'll see the same basic information that was on your results page, including the title of the article, the authors, the name of the journal the article appears in, and then the specific date, volume, and page number. In this example, the article is available online, and the links you see point to the online journal that this article comes from. Now you may notice that we have more than one link, and that's because sometimes different years of a journal may be found on different sites. Before we click on a link and actually go to this journal article, I wanted to point out a few other features on this detail page that you might find of use. First of all, we have this area to the right called Related Readings. Do have a look at these because they can often give you some really good resources that you may not have found otherwise. Next, when you scroll down, are two areas, the listing of subjects and also the description area. Reading through these two areas can often be a really good way to pick up other possible words or phrases that you might want to use in your searches. Good searchers often use an iterative process, meaning that they don't just do one search and stop. They'll use the results from one search to refine their search terms or find totally new keywords to try in a search. If you scroll down a bit more, there's one other area I wanted you to see, and that's the Report a Problem link. If for any reason you have a problem linking from Omni to the full text of this article or any other, please do let us know, and then we'll be in touch with you with the solution. If you want to leave the detail screen and go back to the list of your results, just use the large X on the left here. Let's go ahead and connect to this journal article now. If you hadn't already done the off-campus login, you'll be asked to do it here. That's because we're leaving the library's website and connecting usually to the publisher of the journal's website. In this example, the publishers Taylor and Francis. Because we buy our journals from many different publishers, the interface you'll see will often be different. So it pays to take a moment to orient yourself to the publisher's website, have a look around, look at the menus, and see what your options are. For example, you could click on the title of the journal if you wanted to see other articles from the same journal. Or you could search for keywords within all issues of this journal. This publisher also gives the option of listening to the article being read to you. Not all publishers will offer that. Finally, have a look around for related information. This publisher provides 3 tabs: People Also Read, Recommended Articles, and the Cited By. Keep in mind, though, that because we're on the publisher's website, the related research only comes from journals they publish, unlike Omni, where the related articles will come from journals from many different publishers. When you're ready to read the article, you will usually always have the option of downloading a PDF for yourself. You notice this publisher makes it very easy by providing multiple PDF links. Now let's have a look at books. We'll start by looking at a print book. Here's an example of the detail screen for a book that we only have in a print copy. We know it's a print copy because the availability is given as the Macodrum Library, followed by the specific location in the library with the call number, which is the number you're going to need to find it on the shelf. There are currently a number of options for how you can get the print book. If you're in Ottawa and you want to come into the library, you can go to, in this case, the 3rd floor and pick up the book yourself and check it out. If you'd prefer, you can use our curbside delivery or mail delivery. If you're in the Ottawa area, you can request curbside. You'll get notified when the book is available and you can come and pick it up in a contactless manner. If you're outside of Ottawa, you can choose the option to have it mailed to you. The cost of mailing it to you, as well as the return postage, is covered by the library. Finally, for print books, if you only want a few pages or maybe a chapter, then you can also request the Scan on Demand service. In that case, we'll scan the pages requested and send them to you as a PDF. Keep in mind that we have to respect copyright laws, and so the number of pages that can be scanned at one time are limited. If you scroll towards the bottom of the detail screen for books, you'll find the Virtual Browse bookshelf. This lets you see the other books with similar call numbers to the book you're looking at. Because the call numbers reflect the subject of the book, this can be another way to find books on similar topics. So, what happens when somebody has our only print copy already checked out? Well, first, you would see the message saying that the book is unavailable because it's on loan. When you click to go to the detail screen, you'll have two main options. You can choose to request the book, in which case a hold will be placed on the book, and when it's returned, you will be the next one to be notified and can pick it up. The other option is to use one of our partner libraries in Omni. Now, this includes most Ontario University libraries. And if one of them has this book, you can either borrow it or request a range of pages in digital format. Again, for that last option, copyright comes into play. One last thing I wanted to point out with print books is you may find a location saying Storage Facility STF. Now, what that means is the book is not in the main library, but is in our on-campus storage building, probably because it's a lesser used item or just because we don't have the physical space in the main building. When you click through to the detail screen, you'll see that you have the same options as for the other print books. You can request a curbside or mail delivery of it, or you can request to have certain pages scanned. Now let's look at ebooks. The ebooks, or online books, will show an available online link, just as most of our journal articles do. Clicking through to the detail screen, there's one thing I'd like to point out, and that's the listing of number of users. You'll see in this case, this book has unlimited users. That means that any number of students can be connected to this ebook at the same time. Now, unlimited is the best option, but it's also the most expensive option. So you may see options for a single user or 3 users. Now, this means that you may not be able to get immediate access to the book if that many people are already connected at the same time. If this does happen to you, we suggest you just try back in a few minutes to see if a space has freed up. Let's connect to this ebook. We get our ebooks from a lot of different book publishers and ebook vendors. So just as with our journal articles, you're going to notice different interfaces. Most of the ebook sites will allow you to set up an account on their site, which will give you access to certain features if you're reading the book in their website. You'll also notice that different publishers and vendors will allow different download or print options. In this example, we're able to download the entire book, download a particular chapter, or simply read it online. There'll usually be a table of contents that you can navigate through, and you can see in this example, very easy links for downloading chapter by chapter for this book. If you choose to read the book online in the vendor's interface, there are some useful features. For example, look for an option to search within the book. That can help you find relevant passages very quickly. And if you did set up an account, then options to highlight, add notes, add bookmarks, these all become available and will be saved in your account for future use. We'll finish by looking at videos. The library subscribes to a number of video streaming services, so you'll often find videos that are available online. Our collection includes both feature films and documentaries. When you connect to the streaming service, in this example, we're connecting to Films on Demand, look for one or more of these useful features. First, you might be able to create your own playlists or create your own clips. These features, if they are available, will usually require that you set up a free account first. Look also to see if you can navigate by chapters or segments. This video, for example, has one section that is specifically about stress in students. Finally, look for a transcript option. If there, they can often be searched by keyword, and they'll play along with the video so you can easily follow. You may still come across some videos in Omni that are in DVD format. You'll know it's a DVD if you see a location in the library and a short call number that starts with the letter D. Now, if you have a DVD player or a DVD drive on your computer, you can borrow these the same way you'd get a print book. Now, if you don't have any way to watch this at home, the computers in the library do have DVD drives. So you can watch them there, but you'll have to bring your own headphones with you. That's the end of our video on resource types in Omni. Don't forget that if you need more help, you can use the chat or text Ask a Librarian service. You can email us at askthelibrary@carleton.ca, or you can get in touch with your librarian or subject specialist. Thanks.